Howdy folks, in this video I'm going to show you how to get a free copy of Windows 10 uh, if you are already running Windows 7, Windows 8 or Windows 8.1. The same process for all these operating systems. This happens to be the Windows 7 and happy coincidence, just as I'm starting this video I get this message from Microsoft that says your Windows 7 PC is out of support. So as you may be aware, as of January 14th, 2020, support for Windows 7 has come to an end. You don't actually have to update to Windows 10. Um, Windows 7 has been around for over a decade. It's been patched and fixed and upgraded over all that time. So it's a really solid, useful operating system. Uh, you can just simply click in the corner here, don't remind me again, which I'll do right now, and continue on with Windows 7. If your computer is meeting your needs and there's no pressing reason for you to go to Windows 10, don't believe all the hype and just stick with Windows 7. But if you do want to upgrade to Windows 10, you can still do that for free, and I will show you those steps right now. So the first step is you want to jump into your control panel and choose the view by small icons option here, and then you want to go to where is it? There we go, programs and features. Now, in here, you want to look for things that may interfere with your Windows 10 uh, upgrade, okay? So one thing I know is CCleaner. The older versions of CCleaner are incompatible with Windows 10, so I'm going to uninstall that. So CCleaner is like a system utility. If you have anything like registry cleaners, that kind of thing, that you suspect may not be compatible with the new operating system, I would get rid of those now to prevent compatibility issues later. But also, very critically, uninstall any antivirus software that you have. So whether it's AVG or Norton, McAfee, whatever your Bitdefender, right? Whatever your variety or flavor of antivirus is the number one um, issue that you're going to run into during an upgrade. So remove your antivirus and then do the install. And then, of course, if you wish, you can reinstall the latest version of that antivirus, but you do not want your antivirus software uh, slowing down and interfering with the upgrade, okay? So once you've cleared all of that out of the way, open up your favorite browser. In this case, I'm using Firefox, and what you want to do is go to the uh, Windows 10 download page. Now, I do have that URL. It will be in the description. Okay, and hold on, I am going to paste it here. So it's Microsoft.com. I'm grabbing the English version, en-ca software-download, / Windows 10. I will put that into the description, as I said, so you can easily click on it from there. But if you want to search for it, go to Google, specifically go to Google, not Yahoo or Bing, and type in uh, Windows 10 download. And if you go to this page, download Windows 10 disk image, ISO file, click there. That's will be the same link that I'll have in the description below. Okay, Firefox wants to update here. I'm just going to say not now. And we just wait for the page to come up. So you may see a couple of buttons on this page. In this case, we only have the one, but I do want you to make sure that you're downloading the tool, not the update, right? So it's the Create Windows 10 Installation Media tool. So download the tool now is what you want to click on. And in Firefox, you save and then run. So we're going to go ahead and save. And your downloads appear in the upper right corner under the little down arrow there. If you're in Google Chrome, your download will be down in the lower left. And if you're using, say, Internet Explorer, you'll get the option to run or save. Just click on run, right? But here in Firefox, now that it's downloaded, I can click on the entry for Media Creation Tool and then click on yes to allow it to run. Okay, and since that is going to be starting up, we can close the Firefox browser. And your Windows 10 setup begins, and it starts off saying that it's getting a few things ready. Now, once things are ready, of course, you get your license terms. Go ahead and read those if you have the patience to, and then you may have to scroll down anyway to hit the accept button, depending, and then it will continue on getting things ready. Now, once the Windows 10 setup has gotten itself ready, it's going to give you a couple of options. One is upgrade this PC now, and the other is create installation media. Since our whole point here is to upgrade this machine, we will of course leave it on the default and click on next. Then you'll get a progress, and of course I will pause so we don't have to watch the whole progress here and continue recording later, but this will have to go to 100% before the next step. So assuming that you have a valid license for Windows 7 or 8 or 8.1, that license will be picked up by Windows 10, by this installation, and you will be successfully activated at the end of this installation. If you have a pirated version of Windows 7 or etc., your luck may vary. Once the download is complete, then it will go ahead and create the Windows 10 media, and here's the progress of that bit starting here. Now that the media has been created, the actual installation is going to begin. First step is checking for updates. The next step is checking your PC for compatibility issues. Then, assuming there are none of those, it starts getting a few things ready. Now we have our applicable notices and license terms. Go ahead and read if you like, but ultimately you'll need to click accept in the lower right-hand corner. It's checking for updates once again. Now the Windows 10 setup is making sure that you're ready to install. Just wait for that to complete. And here we have a bit that says, what needs your attention? Okay. And what we have is a notice that my video is not compatible with Windows 10, right? I do know, however, that because I have other Windows 10 machines using this same hardware, that it will ultimately be resolved by further Windows 10 updates that will come in further down the line. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on confirm here. And we get our next screen, which is basically telling us it will install Windows 10 Pro, and Pro because I have Windows 7 Pro. If you have home version, it will be the Windows 10 home version, and that it's going to keep personal files and apps. You can change that if you like to clear your personal files and apps and get a fresh Windows 10 install. Um, Unless you've totally backed up everything and you're comfortable redoing all your application installations, etc., I wouldn't recommend that, but it is an option that you have. But if we keep the defaults, all we have to do is go ahead and click install in the lower right hand corner. Now this process of course may take some time, and as it mentions, your PC will restart several times during the installation. So you know, relax, have a coffee, and let this part run. So eventually, after several restarts, you will come to a screen very similar to this. And basically, this is your privacy settings. And my default here is to just say no to all of these. You may need to scroll down a bit to see all of them, right? And actually, location I would leave on because that can be very useful when you're using map services, that kind of thing. But the other ones, I just turn them off, right? And then you want to click on accept, right? And this is the searching for display driver bit here. We'll let that happen, and then I'll continue with a little bit of advice. So the first thing I'd like to do here is just confirm that this Windows 10 is activated and there'll be no issues with it, that it is indeed a free, fully activated version of Windows 10. So to check that, you're going to right click on your start button and go up to System. All right, and in this area, scroll down to where it says change product key or upgrade your edition of Windows. And if you click on that, it'll tell you what edition you have and whether it's activated or not. So here we have Windows 10 Pro. So it's from the Windows 7 Pro that we had. It has been fully upgraded. And activation, Windows is activated with a digital license. Okay, so we can go ahead and close that. And essentially, what that means is that that particular machine that you've upgraded to Windows 10 for free, should you later need to, for example, just wipe the entire hard drive, you know, and restart with you know, new Windows 10 media and reinstall, it will once again activate successfully because you basically information about your hardware is now stored on the Microsoft servers as officially licensed to run Windows 10. So this machine is now good for Windows 10 period. Okay, so and you know, there's a little welcome to Windows thing that comes up, which you're free to peruse if you'd like to. I'm going to just close that right now, and I'll show you one more thing that I think is a critical step, is click on your start button, and in Windows 10 the second icon up on the left here is settings. So we're going to click on that. I'm going to maximize this, it's very easier viewing. And the last entry here is update and security. Okay, so I would jump into that section. All right, and make sure you're on the Windows Update area, right? By default, it'll probably go there, but sometimes it jumps down to this Windows Insider Program section or what have you, right? And you know, there's different options here, like advanced options. I would click on and just make sure that you receive updates for other Microsoft products when you update Windows. So that way, if you have Microsoft Office or what have you, you know, it will also get updated. And I also like to turn on show a notification when your PC requires a restart to finish updating. So I'm going to turn that on, and it just gets you more informed about what's happening with your machine. Because otherwise, a big complaint many people have about Windows 10 is it's very aggressive about updating, and it will just update without warning, And if you've left something running that you would rather not have been interrupted, or you have any other reason for you not wanting your machine to reboot on its own, that can be quite awkward. Even that you might have left a file unsaved and opened in an editor, and Windows 10 will update and restart, and you'll lose that file, right? So of course, always safest to save your files before you walk away from your computer, just in case. Now, so the next bit of advice, of course, would be to click on check for updates. All right, and then that will get any updates. The Windows Media creation tool puts in sort of a standard version, pretty modern version of the Windows 10, but there's almost always further updates that you need to grab. So I would click on that, and then you may need to just keep doing, your machine may restart due to certain updates, and then there'll be more updates. So I would go back into this area again and again until when you go and check for updates, it says no updates are available. And even though it says right now no updates are available, uh, click on it, because often when it says that, it's just going by, I don't even know what it's going by, because all too often there are actually more updates available. So you want to see that notice and then click again. And then if that notice once again comes up, then you're safe, right? But on restart, if it says that, I wouldn't trust it, okay? And then just speaking about the aggressiveness of Windows 10 updates, you can click on pause updates for 7 days, and you can click on that a few times, okay, until it grays out and is no longer available. And you can defer, I think it's 35 days. You can defer up to 35 days updates. So if you don't like surprises and your computer restarting on its own and everything, you can have a bit more than a month of update-free peace, right? But then just be aware at the end of that time, you will have to update, right? And of course, at any time, you can hit resume updates, and it will go ahead and check for any updates that can be applied. So as I was saying earlier, even though it said no updates are available, right? By resuming updates and having it check for updates, which same as me, if I had clicked on the check for updates button, you'll see that there are actually, in fact, updates for this particular version of Windows. So that's why I say please manually click on that button until you click on it, and it says, yeah, really, there's no updates. But that's it. You now have a free version of Windows 10, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you for watching.